Alright, so I finally got Twisted Games back, so that can only mean one thing. Welcome to Annika's Twisted Games Honest Review. So I went a little bit easier on the tabs this time. I only tabbed the dialogue that I really liked or that I found meaningful, and obviously I tabbed the spicy scenes because you know me, gotta prepare anyone who's reading it. As per usual, I will try to keep my Twisted Games book review spoiler free, but there is no guarantees considering how I might read dialogue or how something might accidentally slip, so just heed extra caution on that. Now, diving in, honestly, I enjoyed Twisted Games a lot more than I enjoyed Twisted Love. Personally, I like this one better, and I will actually probably say why during this review. So, alright, and diving into the first part of the review, we have our character reviews. The first character is Rhys Larsen. He is the male love interest, and he is in the range of 31 to 34 in this book, which I think takes place in like 3 to 4 years. But anyways, he's described to be at least 6'4", maybe even 6'5", with lots of sculpted muscle. He has longish black hair that goes down to about his collar and falls over like one gray eye. And he has like stubble darkened along his jaw, and he has tattoos on his arms and his like chest area, I think. So he is very attractive. When I first read like the description of him in Twisted Love, because it was hinted that he was like 6'5", I was like, I was and still am currently going feral over Rhys Larsen. Anyways, moving on, he is an ex-Navy SEAL. He had a very traumatic event happen to him and his squad, so he basically retired early from the Navy and decided to become a bodyguard because he didn't like the idea of early retirement, and he wanted to still use his skills to do something to protect people and to basically do good. Now, personally, I like Rhys better than Alex because he didn't actively try to manipulate Ava. Like, he had no ill intentions with Bridget. He just legit loved her and wanted to protect her. Now, my only issue with Rhys is that like his thing in bed and what he likes is almost a copy and paste of Alec, but he's possessive, but in a way that makes sense because of how he is and what happened in his past. Like, I'm gonna read a line from the book that's like very, very iconic. I'm filming this clip like an hour after I filmed all the other clips, but I'm editing Aiden Snow, who is the audio reader, like for like Rhys's chapters. I'm just gonna insert that as an audio. So,
but first, I want to make one thing clear. From this point on, you're mine. No other man touches you. If they do, my fingers dug into her skin. I know 79 ways to kill a man, and I can make 70 of them look like an accident.
Like, I just like this possessiveness better than in Twisted Love, because in Twisted Love, Alex was just an emo rich guy. At least this one, his possessiveness is justified because, like, he's a SEAL. He doesn't have much things in life. Like, Alex, he has almost everything. Sure, his family was murdered in front of him, but, like, Rhys, it is just better. Now, for Bridget, I loved her so much. She was such a little cutie patootie, and she was very relatable in the sense of, like, she wanted to be her own person, and she was willing to strive to achieve her goals. And just because she was a princess of like a country doesn't mean that she was like snooty or whatnot. She genuinely loved helping people, and she wants to like actively help people, which is why I liked her character so much. And Bridget, she was described as like this 5'9" blonde girl who was very pretty. And you know me and women, I love women no matter what they look like. I love them, so I was already kind of whipped for Bridget. But honestly, if I had to choose, rhys is... Moving on, rhys and Bridget's relationship, I loved it so much simply because there wasn't any kind of ill intention behind any of their motives. They were genuinely attracted to each other and they loved each other. My only issue with that was it was a 10-year age gap, because like while Bridget was still in diapers, like rhys was already learning to do taxes. Unlike in Twisted Love, where it had a very abrupt kind of like angst, this one you could see where it was coming from, why Bridget did what she did and why it hurt so much. And like you can tell the way the characters are feeling, and I really like this one compared to Twisted Love. And what I find cute is that they love each other so much, and I love that because no matter what anything happened, nothing was ever questioned that they loved each other. Like, sure, maybe Bridget questioned it for a little bit, but even in her heart, she knew, you know? Simply because it dabbled more into the character, their backstory, what their motives are, like, how they are as a person. It makes it more relatable. It makes it just, like, it makes them seem more real, so you're able to connect and basically like the character more. I loved their ending. It was just so sweet, and it was very fulfilling to me, more in a way than Twisted Love was. So in that sense, I absolutely adored Twisted Games. So my overall rating for Twisted Games, honestly, I would say a 4.5 out of 5. Like, I loved it so much. The plot was good. It kept me on my toes. I finished it in less than a day. Like, I started it on October 24th and I finished it on October 24th. Like, whew. Would I recommend Twisted Games to other people? Yes, I would recommend this. So, I think out of the 4 couples in the Twisted series, that rhys and Bridget are like the least toxic one out of all the couples, because I've seen reviews on social media, I've read reviews, and it's just the things that the male love interests do to the female love interests just kind of irks me out. Just like, ew, why would you do that? Yeah, but I also really like this was because rhys saw Bridget as her own person, and he supported her through anything that she wanted to do. He was just down and he supported what she wanted to do. For me, honestly, that is very big in a relationship as well as a book relationship. So I love Twisted Games. Twisted Games had 422 pages and it was broken into 2 parts. Honestly, I really enjoyed it. This, to me, is the perfect length of a book. Like, it's not too long and it wasn't too short. The chapters were a good, they were a good size, and I really, really enjoyed that, that it was the dual point of views. I love dual point of views in books. The reason why I think this one so much was because for Bridget, you could tell that she was so annoyed, but then as soon as it switched to rhys's, it's just, you could tell how head over heels he was for her. And it wasn't exactly innocent or cute in the way that he wanted her, but it was nice and, to me, cute that he was so infatuated with her. And I also just really loved how much Rhys wanted Bridget to be happy. Like, he did so much for her to ensure her happiness and her safety, and I was, oh my god, my heart, I was just like, oh my lord, I think I just love this one so much more than Twisted Love because of how much both of the characters were willing to fight for each other and fight for the right to be with each other. Because in this universe, or in like, not universe, but in like the royalty aspect, because she was royalty, Bridget couldn't marry anybody who didn't have royal blood. So the fact that she was willing to fight to stay with Rhys, and the fact that Rhys was fighting to stay with her, was just so much better to me than Twisted Love. I don't get why Ava went back to him. Like, he said such bad things to her, and she still decided to give him a chance after a year, and Alex never actually told her the truth, so that was kind of icky for me. But anyways, this isn't about Twisted Love, this is about Twisted Games. What I liked about this one was because Rhys is basically just a guy. Like, sure, he's hot, he's buff, he's an ex-Navy SEAL, but he's legit just a guy. I mean, compared to a princess, bro is like this lower on the scale. But, you know, he couldn't get away with half of the things if he wasn't handsome. And honestly, I would let it slide. Cause Lord have mercy, a 6'5" buff guy. Whew. Even before both of them were basically aware of their romantic feelings towards each other, Rhys would always have basically Bridget's like happiness in mind. Like, whenever she didn't get to do something or she was worried about something, he'd always take her out to dinner, take her out on a walk, just to kind of cheer her up and to get her mind off of things. And I just found that so cute. But anyways, I know none of this is probably making sense because I keep jumping from like point to point to point, but like, this is my review and I'm gonna put timestamps so y'all can like keep track of it, so hopefully that helps a little bit. But that brings us to the end of the book review for Twisted Games. And so I'll be basically saying like a quick summary of however long this video was. So basically, my overall rating was a 4.5 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. And would I recommend it to others? Heck yes, I would. And don't make the same mistake that I did, because I thought I had to buy Twisted Love to read Twisted Games. You don't need to buy the whole series to read Twisted Games, because they're all standalones. Sure, they intertwine a little bit, but they are standalones, so you don't have to buy the entire series. So if you're looking to buy any book from the Twisted series, buy Twisted Games. It is the best one, the least toxic couple, has a good like plot, and it is Bodyguard X Client. Like, who doesn't like Bodyguard X Client? Hope you enjoyed the review, and we will see you in the next one, which probably not, because I kind of refuse to read Twisted Hate and Twisted Lies because I've heard reviews on it, so I'll probably not read Twisted Hate, but I will read Twisted Lies. So keep your eyes out for another review. I still have to top Icebreaker, but yes.